Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, good to see everybody. We've missed you. We hope you had a great summer. In the spring, we started this series of draw along Bible stories.
We haven't done one in a while.
We haven't done one all summer, so we are so happy to be back. The story for this Sunday is the story of Moses and the burning bush. This is a really famous story, and if you remember, Moses, when he was first born, was born into a Hebrew family a long time ago. And they lived in Egypt. And the people of Egypt had decided, I should say the Pharaoh of Egypt had decided that he didn't want any of the Hebrew people around. And so Moses was actually hidden by his sister Miriam in a basket and sent down the Nile River. Do you all remember this? And he was rescued by Pharaoh's own daughter. So the princess said, "Look at this baby. I will take him in and I will let him grow up in Pharaoh's palace." So he was raised like a prince. But Moses never really fit in there. He knew always that he had come from the Hebrew people. But the Hebrew people didn't know him. Even his own, the own people where he would have grown up didn't know him because he grew up like a prince.
Yeah, in Egypt.
In Egypt, in the palace. So Moses didn't really, have a place that he fit.
Yes, the story is very surprising.
It is full of surprises. Well, so that was the story of baby Moses in the basket. Now we're at the point in the story where Moses is a grown-up. And he has left the palace because he knew he didn't really belong there, but he doesn't really belong with the people of the Hebrew people. And so he's kind of found himself in this place called Midian, taking care of sheep. He was a shepherd. And one day, when he was out in the field taking care of the sheep, a really surprising thing happened. Suddenly, he saw the strangest sight. There was a bush with branches and leaves, and it was full of fire. It was like the entire bush was on fire, but it wasn't being burned up. It wasn't being consumed.
There's just a bush on fire.
Just a bush on fire. So it caught his attention.
Yeah. Of course it did.
Of course it did. And so then, another surprise. He hears a voice calling from this bush that's burning that says, "Moses, Moses." And he is so shocked that he says, "Here I am." And then the voice said, "Take off your shoes. Take off your sandals, because the place you're standing is holy ground." Holy meaning where God is. God's presence is there.
Oh, and also the fire isn't spreading.
Yeah, and the fire isn't spreading. Yeah, exactly. And so then the voice said, "I am the God of your father. I'm the God of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jacob." You remember all of these really important people from the book of Genesis. And Moses was so afraid that he hid his face. It kind of reminds me of when, whenever someone in the Bible sees an angel or has an angel appear in front of them, or all of a sudden afraid, there's something about this holy presence that makes them almost afraid. And then he heard the voice say, "I've heard my people, the Hebrew people, I know that they are being oppressed, treated unfairly, and that they are miserable, that they're crying out for help. And I've heard their cries, and I want to set them free and take them to a land flowing with milk and honey." Doesn't that just sound like peaceful, wonderful?
Also cookies.
Yeah, these were cookies. They were people who had been living in slavery. And instead, God was saying, "I want to take them to this wonderful place where they can not be oppressed anymore."
They will be droided with cookies.
Yeah. And then he says, and even more, "Moses, I want you to be the one to do this. to set my people free. And Moses, probably like most of us, had the reaction of saying, me? Who am I? Like, basically, God, why would you choose me for this job?
Yeah, like, I'm not the perfect one. Like,
Right.
other people.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just here taking care of my sheep. And so he says, who am I? And God says, I am with you. I will be with you. So he doesn't even really answer Moses' question about who am I. Basically, his response is, you are the one that I am with. So it's because of God being with Moses, of God's power.
But what about the question?
So then Moses says, okay, well, but if people ask me who sent you, what do I tell them your name is? And God says, I will be who I will be. Well, in the verse right before that, he had said, I will be with you. So now we know God is with Moses, and God is the one who is with Moses and all of us. So this is what gives Moses the power to go on to set the people free. Those are more exciting stories that we'll get to. For today, though, we are going to draw this story of Moses and the burning bush. So here are the things that we use for our draw along stories. We get a piece of paper. We use
underneath.
a paper underneath in case the markers we don't want the marker going onto the table. We use a Sharpie. Feel free to use a pencil if you want to be able to erase. And then something to color with. Today we're using colored pencils. And yes, we often like to have little friends with us. So let's get started.
Oops.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to draw our hillside here. Moses was on a hillside taking care of his sheep.
That was so big.
Now let's draw Moses's head here. We'll do kind of a U shape like that.
I never really did a U shape. I kind of did like a little.
Well, that's great. Yeah, mine's a little squared off too. That's cool. Now at the top here, do a little curved line.
A headband.
That'll be kind of, part of his little headband. We're going to do the head kind of scarf thing that shepherds wore back then. And then another line here.
But what about his hair?
I'm getting to the hair. I'm going to do a little bit of hair along there.
Look good.
I love it.
Looks like he's blonde now.
Now 2 circles for the eyes. And then we're going to do a little semicircle up there at the top to show the reflection, and then color in underneath that so that that part stays white but the rest is colored in.
I'm going to do a different mouth than yours, if that's okay.
Absolutely. You can always make this your own. I do just a little, almost like a little L or check there for his nose. And then I am going to do an oval mouth because Moses was so surprised when he saw the burning bush.
Oval mouth.
Now I almost always forget to draw ears, so I'm going to go ahead and draw those now.
Look, he's like so surprised. It's just like really oval.
That's right. Coming down from about here and going kind of so that it looks like it's going behind his ears, we'll draw the rest of his head.
His monkey ears.
His head scarf.
Oh, now it looks better. Oh.
Okay. And then from here, we'll draw a line going down. Leave a little bit of space because we're going to draw his feet under there. And then from here, a little bit of a curved line to show that he's facing this way. Now you can connect those two at the bottom.
Now for the feet, the best part.
Now, I'll draw 2 feet facing that way.
This was like so so fun.
We're going to do 2 little stripes across there to show his sandals. People back then didn't have tennis shoes. They wore sandals everywhere.
Oh, and fun fact, they're not actually tennis shoes. They're like other things.
Athletic shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a belt here. Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have his arms yet.
That's right. I should have drawn the arm first. Let's do a backwards L there and his hand, one hand there, so that it looks like it's kind of hanging down his side.
So cute.
And then let's do one hand out this way. Draw 2 lines going out, a line coming down,
And then draw one.
and then a little C there for his other hand.
Like a little polka dot. That's sideways.
It's so cute. Now let's draw his staff because he was taking care of the sheep. You can either put a top on your staff here like this, or you can make it a curved one like we've done for our other shepherds.
And now for the bush.
Yeah, or should we do the sheep first?
Sheep.
Okay, let's draw a sheep over here. So we'll start with a U. We're going to do one of his ears here and one here.
I'm doing different ears than you, like
Oh,
this.
Oh, that's cute. And then a little loop, semicircle there at the top. Okay, we're going to do...
That looks like Mickey.
That's so true. 2 eyes here.
Do the highlight thing.
Let's do the to show his
Hard to do on little eyes, but I'm
the reflection. Yeah, it is harder to do. If you don't get it right,
Draw like a little smile.
don't worry.
And then you draw a line.
Yeah, so let's do a little curve there and a line going down for his nose and mouth.
Now he needs fur. All that wool.
Oh, all of that wool. So let's do a big woolly sheep. And then the sheep's feet
Just like little dots.
like that. I drew him a little bit off the hill, so we'll draw some grass there to show that he's standing on something, not floating in air. And then, did we forget his little tail?
Oh yes, little cotton ball.
Little cotton bell tail. Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Oh my gosh, he's so big. Mine's the baby one.
Now let's get to the burning bush. So first we'll draw kind of a basic bush here. We'll draw kind of a Y. Like that. I'm going to have another line coming up too. Maybe some other branches that come off of that. You can get creative with this. If you'd like to draw some leaves, you can. This can be as detailed or as simple as you would like.
Just like really simple.
Yeah. You can also, if you prefer, you can also just do something like that that shows that the bush is really full. Cool.
That's like a.
No, but this was no regular bush that Moses saw, right?
It had
It had fire all around it. So let's start with a big flame up here. And then just kind of, again, there's no one way that this has to look. You can just do kind of these like flames in lots of different ways. Maybe like that. Maybe there are even some other little flames coming off of it. What do you think of that? Am I missing anything? Yeah, this is awesome.
and like those little spark things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little sparks. And at the top, I'm going to write Moses, M-O-S-E-S, and the burning bush. If you want to read this story at home with your family, it's in the book of Exodus, which is the second book of the Bible, chapter 3.
Oh, I did that S kind of funny.
All right, now let's put some color on it.
Yes.
So, thank you for drawing with us. It was so fun to draw our pictures of Moses and the burning bush. And I keep thinking about that question that Moses asked God when he said,
Who am I?
"Who am I?" And if I think about that question, who am I? I might say, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I am a church worker, I am a good friend. What might you say if you think, who am I?
I'm a kid. I'm a piano player. I'm a sister.
Yeah, you're an artist. There are lots of things you could say. But now we can remember that the main thing is that we are ones that God is with. That God is with us, just like God was with Moses. And that's an amazing thing to remember. So, thanks again for joining us. We hope you have a great week. We hope that you remember that God is always with you. Bye!